Welcome to Birthing the Real Me, My Life by Divine Design, a free to the public instructional event, Sunday, June 16th. Happy Father's Day, everybody. This recording is copyrighted material by Tom Hudson, 2019. When you access via the web call option, you'll have the opportunity to download 2 free PDFs, the Open and Heal Your Divine Chakra Prayer and the Imprinting on the All That Is Guided Healing Meditation, as my special thank you for participating in today's event. In addition, and the whole purpose and the focus of today's session is to provide you with a link to order your free My Life by Divine Design goal setting session. That's what we're going to be talking about today. There is a URL, link, clickable image in the slide presentation that will appear at the end of today's webinar. Just click the call to action button. It's in the upper right-hand corner of the image. It's a little green box with kind of an arrow in it, and that gives you access to the web page where you can find all the details to place your order so that you can get your free My Life by Divine Design goal setting session. Hello, I'm Rev Tom Hudson, PhD. I'm honored that you find my work worthy of your path to enlightenment. May you be blessed beyond your wildest imagination. Even though we won't be focused on energetic and spiritual healing during today's event, which I know a lot of you expect that from me because I do a lot of that, this is actually quite challenging for some people. Even the information that I'm going to give has brought some of the naysayers and the people who want to take me down, take us down, take everybody down out of the woodwork. And I've already had to deal with a couple people, especially one right this morning that was particularly interesting to deal with. So I must be on to something pretty powerful in order for that to happen. So here I am, and here you are, and I'm very glad that you all made it on Father's Day. There is a replay, and so please feel free to attend the replay also, and invite other people to attend the replay. Anyway, so like I said, because of this and because of my presence and because of what we're talking about and the energetic implication, spiritual healing implication of what we're doing here, this entire audio is imbued with heightened levels of spirit-empowered healing energy, which creates in you the euphoric energetic field of expansion and results in displacing undesirable energetic debris from within your physical and all your energy bodies. Because of this, caution is advised when participating in this live broadcast and also when listening to the recorded product, as both are capable of inducing heightened and altered states of consciousness. Also, as with all spirit-imbued processes, this can lead to feeling lightheaded, dizzy, or disoriented, and possibly even a purgative sensation of toxic, sluggish mental awareness. Because of these effects, never listen to this product while operating an automobile or other types of machinery. To get the most from your experience, I recommend that you sit comfortably in a quiet, peaceful, relaxing environment where you'll remain undisturbed and able to focus and concentrate, absorbing and learning the materials for the duration of this presentation, and a few minutes following to reorient once it's completed, approximately 2 hours and 15 minutes. That may be adjustable, I don't know. This is the first time I've done this presentation, so we'll see how long it is. But it is also suggested to drink a glass of pure water before, during, and following listening to this audio file to aid with hydration, which enhances cognitive process, the ability to receive inspiration from spirit, and with the elimination of toxins released during your process. Thank you and enjoy your journey. Divine blessings, Reverend Tom Hudson, PhD. Okay, so again, today's topic is about getting in touch with who you are spiritually, getting in touch with what you're doing here. And we are all undoubtedly greater than we've dared to be so far. That is, after all, why we're all here. It's time to unleash the creative potential at the core of my. It's what I'm doing too. So I'm in the mix with everybody on this path. of our divine spark. The new paradigm of expansion is upon us all, and we are experiencing the dawning of the age of Aquarius. It is time to capitalize on the increased ability that this energy of expansion provides to get things accomplished spiritually, energetically, on a personal growth level, and in all other ways associated with expansion, and move forward in the fulfillment of Spirit's purpose for our lives. So, if you are looking for effective ways to experience and express the passions of your heart's desires, and to effectively pursue and achieve the manifestation of your soul's purpose, you've come to the right place. That's what I will be sharing with you today, specifically how you will be given an opportunity to remove blocks and resistance to pursuit of the fulfillment of your purpose, prepare emotionally and mentally for the success you want to achieve, create a well thought out strategic recipe for success, and then to follow up and actually do it. Pour the passion of your heart's desire into the fulfillment of your soul's purpose, establishing a daily devotion to execute effective energetic healing action steps, and to act with clarity of purpose through coaching or mentoring guidance. So that's the topic for today. That's what we're going to be doing. And there's a slideshow. So I hope that if you're on the phone, you're missing quite a bit. The slideshow has a lot of stuff we're going to be going over. I'll do my very best, and I'm pretty good at painting mental images and mental pictures for people to follow. But if you want to replay this, I highly recommend that you replay it with the slideshow intact. So, okay, so welcome to Birthing the Real Me and My Life by Divine Design. The following are the questions that have driven me to achieve what it is that I've been doing, and to continue to drive me to higher degrees of success and more intimate levels of awareness of spirit. These questions are, and this is what I put in the promos. I'm sick of working just to survive. Where's the satisfaction? I'm so exhausted. Life is supposed to be exciting, isn't it? My life is drudgery. How do I get off this hamster wheel? Why don't I know what purpose is for me why don't I know what my purpose is for me being here? Does anybody feel the passion of their heart's desire? Am I the only one who doesn't? Life sucks. How did I get so lost? Why am I so confused? So, yes, I've felt all of those things. And so if anybody has experienced those, then you're in the right place, because that's what we're going to be addressing. You are created with a purpose, and your life does matter. So even if only one of these questions has come to your mind, then I'm glad you're here. Okay, so first of all, it's really important that we start off with a little bit of understanding about how humanity got into this mess. We're all feeling so lost as a species, and we're all disconnected in general from who we are and what we're created to be and to do. The next slide coming up is going to help to understand the energetic soup. And it's not a good tasting soup. It's a horrible, ugly, vicious, malicious, gravy kind of, caustic, corrosive soup of our environment, in which we find ourselves basting, and the negative influence that the energies of those around us, individuals and also society in general, have on our perception of reality. I'll show that to you in just a minute. All sentient beings begin their incarnate experience being out of phase with and disconnected from those who supply our physical body, the physical organism of our being, with those resources we need to survive. Okay, here's the image that I'm showing. It is entitled, I really need a better title than that, but anyway, Process of Fulfilling Our Soul Purpose. Okay, I'm going to talk about this for just a little bit so that you all understand basically what we're dealing with. And this image, this chart, diagram, is actually in the Facebook page, event page, and you can download it. So I highly recommend doing that if you want to see a more high quality image than maybe what you're seeing on the screen. So basically, it's like feeling trapped in someone else's identity. Those of us who are spiritually awake are aware that there's something going on inside of us other than who we are. We know that there's an awareness that we have of our spiritual identity. We're aware of that. It may not be clear, and it may be muddled up, and it may be confusing, and it may be challenged, and it may be all kinds of things. But we're aware of there's something inside of us that's us, and there's something that's influencing us that's not. And of course, that's what creates the confusion. Okay, so in this diagram, in this chart, over on the left, upper left, I've shown an image of the original spiritual blueprint that we come in with. And it's, a radiant image. Okay. And then we add that to the little, fetus flesh of our physical bodies that exists, within our mother when we're developing. In the process of developing, we are actually receiving all kinds of influences. Life does not begin when you're born. Okay, life begins actually prior to the moment of conception, just prior or at the moment of conception. The physical incarnation exists when the soul, as it is present prior to, in fact, the sperm impregnating the egg, at the moment of conception, life begins. And the soul actually is an active part of bringing those two, egg and sperm, together. And so it's not a mistake the way you turn out. Just your physical body is a reflection of some aspect of the characteristic qualities of your soul, because your soul's a part of this process determining which egg and which sperm actually connect. Okay, so there's an energetic imprinting that takes place upon the parents, the energy fields of the parents. Okay, so whatever your parents, whatever energetic vibrational state of being that your parents were at the moment of your conception, you got that imprinted on you, and especially your mother, because after all, you're inside of her. Okay, but you're also potentially and mostly inside of your father too, if he even cares about you at all. His energy is wrapping around you. Okay, so you're imprinting on both of them. Okay, but you're also imprinting upon other people in the society. Okay. The other thing that is most important here is that the survival of the species is programmed into instinctual awareness and behavior patterns from previous experience of your ancestral lineage. Okay, so all of that comes along with you being in that physical body. You didn't just get you didn't walk into a new house. You didn't buy an unlived in, home. Okay, you came in, you moved into a physical dwelling that had all kinds of pre-existing stuff going on with it. So that's the reason that we as sentient beings awaken spiritual identities. That's the reason that we have the difficult time that we do, is because we're aware that something is not synced up. Okay, we're very aware that the way we feel in this physical body is not who we are. Okay, we're confused by it at first because everybody around us is telling, they're supporting the idea, the belief system that you're just a physical body, and that, everything you feel is you and everything you feel is yours, and you're responsible for all of the garbage that's going on within you and around you, because, they don't know what it is that we're talking about. Okay, but this soup that we're in involves not only this foundation of the ego identity, which is what we just finished talking about, the original spiritual blueprint, plus all of the garbage that comes along with your ancestral lineage, including your parents and those people who are you're imprinting on surrounding you, those significant others that are in your life. The foundation of that ego then also is involved with absorbing emotional frequencies and energetic debris into your connective tissue from those in your environment, not just your family. Anybody and everybody who you come in contact with, you are in their soup of emotional, mostly garbage also. Okay, yeah, it's not totally bad. I mean, some people actually shine brightly with emotional enthusiasm and joy and all of that stuff, but the problem, of course, arises when you're around someone who's negative all the time, someone whose view of reality is totally cynical, someone who experiences reality as the victim. So they're showering all of this energy of negative, victim-oriented, poor pity me, and all over the place. And if you stay in that energy, then you absorb it. You don't really have a choice when you are of that age, because you don't know how to not do it. And your biological organism, the molecules in your connective tissue, don't make a distinction between your energy and their energy. Those molecules are there not only for the emotional aspect, but also the physical aspect. Your physical body requires that they exist in order for you to be healthy and not damaging yourself every time you bump into something. Okay, so those molecules are absolutely critically necessary for physical life to exist, but they also have their complications. And the complication is they absorb all kinds of energetic garbage, and it doesn't even have to be yours. So besides the imprinting on your parents specifically and those around you, you also have the emotional garbage that's being absorbed inside of you. And then you also, your brain programs you to behavior patterns within the family, because the biological organism is trying to fit into the tribe. This is a unit of survival. Okay, you don't stand alone very well as a human being. Okay, you cannot survive as a human being all by yourself. Maybe if you were a snake, and you hatched out of the egg, and, you're all alone and you do just fine, absolutely, totally wonderful, fine. But you know what? We're not snakes, and our physical condition doesn't allow us to be able to feed ourselves from the moment of, or protect ourselves from the moment of popping out of the womb. Okay, so we are biologically susceptible to the environment and the society in which we live, because survival of the organism requires that society to some degree, at least. Okay, so there's also then, of course, it gets more complicated from here, the political, socioeconomic, and cultural programming from institutionalized systems. Okay, now we've got these social miasms that come together because there's a whole group of people thinking the same way and imposing their thought processes upon other people in the society and trying to make a place for their way of thinking and like I say, imposing it upon everybody. So these miasms, even though they're not sentient in their authority, they are composed of tightly aligned mental thought patterns that do come from sentient beings who do have authority. So even though the Mayism itself is not an authority, those beings that make it up have authority. Okay, and so there's also the cumulative imploded emotional energies associated with the trauma that you experience, okay, at the hands of other people and society. So all of that goes together into creating what we think of as our identity. And you don't even know that you've done all of that until we're sitting here having this conversation, you know, later on in life, because this is not very common knowledge. A lot of people obviously are not willing to accept what I just told you because, like I said earlier, before a lot of you showed up, I've already been attacked 3 times for even putting this presentation on. So obviously I'm hitting on, you know, some controversial stuff for some people, and they don't want to know what I'm sharing with you. So I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you want to know. And to me, this is the important information that is necessary in order to dig ourselves out of the hole that we're in and to, you know, bring us into a state of alignment with Spirit and to bring us into a state where we can actually consciously be aware of the passions of our heart's desire. And by the way, the heart's desire is actually put inside of you by Spirit as a guide for what it is for what Spirit wants you to do, because you have this passion that's inherent within your being to fulfill the desire of your heart. Okay, and the desire of your heart is what's going to lead you to actually fulfill your soul's purpose, which is, of course, the reason that Spirit was motivated to create you in the first place. Okay, so it's really important to get to the clarity of all of this, and in order to get to the clarity, there's a process that you need to go through of healing your inner child, clearing away the garbage out of all of your energy bodies, and also creating a buffer zone space around you, and also bringing Spirit's energy from inside of you so that you get fresh, clean, new energy of expansion all the time, and you're being guided by Spirit instead of being guided by the negative influences of everybody around you who are screaming at you, telling you what you should be doing. And because they have also given up their right to exist, they've betrayed their soul purpose and gone into denial about who they are here to be. And so they want everybody to do the same thing that they did. And so they're very loud at screaming at you, very adamant and enthusiastic about shutting you down because they don't want to be shown that there's another way. They don't want the boulders to be removed from their path because they have already given up. So those of us who are still pursuing the path that we are on, we are perceived as a threat to them. So anyway, this is all of what's going on. This is why this goal-setting session is so important that we're talking about. Okay, I'm going to move on beyond